Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. These are the 5 plays that we are watching this week. First one being Nike, second one being Twitter, third one being Coin, fourth one being Apple, and then the fifth one being Nvidia. Hope you guys have a great week. So getting things started, the first thing I'm going to be doing is breaking down the market. I'm going to be using SPY for this, and I'm going to be looking at this from the daily and the weekly chart perspective. High volume day here on Friday, closing at 52-week lows on a very, very weak candle here. Continued lower lows, making net new lows below this 617 bounce area. Lots of weakness here on the market, expecting this to move to the downside. At 52-week lows, you do have to zoom out into the weekly chart and find some levels to watch. And really the biggest level is this 350-32 support region below from this weekly time frame perspective, which we tested back here in late 2020, also tested here in late 2020 before this move up here. So lots of weakness, very weak daily and weekly chart here. I do think we see continued downside, watching for a bounce move to this 350-32 region. As for upside, we struggled to create a strength move through 370.53. That will be the level 2 eye here for the upside this week if we do get some strength. But overall, very weak daily chart here and a very weak weekly chart, expecting some downside here on the market here this week. Continuation from this high volume sell-off. You can expect to see volume at new 52-week lows, similarly to the increase in volume that we got back here on 617. First play of the week is going to be Nike, and Nike trading the highest volume all year. Lots of weakness here on this one on a bad earnings. You get this big gap down. When you create these big gap downs on the daily chart, then you have to start looking again into that weekly chart region. I want to see if we can hold below this 81.88 support to take this to the downside into 77.58. Very high vol selling here on this as expected with earnings. Looking for that continuation move below 81.88 on this week daily candle here for a move lower into that sub 77.58 region. Second play, going to be one that has relative strength, but not breaking a key level yet that I would like to see for an upside move. Really what I would like to see is a break of 44.66. We get this gap up, this high consolidation here, indicating that the buyers and sellers are stagnant. There's no one side that's dominant. Eventually sellers take control. Now we're popping and we rejected right at 44.66. So want to see a strong intraday move, hold 44.66 to take this to the upside with that potential into 46.95 and 48 plus, potential above that into that 50 region. Key level still 44.66 for a move to the upside here on this one. Coinbase is going to be the next one. We're still in this descending wedge. We never actually curled and we're able to break out of that wedge. That's really what I want to see. I want to see if we can get a bounce and hold through this 67 region for a continued move here up into that 70.55 plus, breaking this descending wedge here for a move potential up into 80. Obviously not expecting that move within the next week, but want to see a curling pattern and move to the upside. You can see some of this buying pressure that we do have below here in this 60 to 61 region. You can see this buying pressure here noted by this wick on this candle, bounce, pull back here, wick down here. Lots of buying pressure below on this. Watching to see if we hold 67 to take this with a 70 plus potential here this week. The fourth play, one that's been hammered down recently as well, is going to be Apple. And really what I want to see is this 139.31 region. There's really two scenarios. We make continued lower lows, or if we get a bounce reject, looking to short off of this 139.31 region to take this to the downside. Really what I want to see is there's also a level down here in this 137.21 region. You can see that's where we gap down here. Multiple bounce attempts here at this level. Bounce here before we got this nice move up here. Now pulling back, let's see if we can crack that 137.21 region. Continued lower low sell-off to take to the downside. Or if we bounce, reject 139.31, eyeing to see if we can take this one to the downside this week. The last play is going to be Nvidia, another one that has a very weak daily chart, as expected anytime the NASDAQ is weak as well. Continued lower lows here. We tried to bounce and hold 127.91. Tested on this move here on 928. Reject, move to the downside. Do you think we have potential to see sub 117 here on this one on this week for a continued downside move? Two setups. The other alternative is if we bounce on strength through 127.91. Eyeing to take this one to the upside here with potential into 140 plus. But again, weaker daily chart here. I'm more so eyeing the downside here on this one, liking this to the downside potential for 117 this week. And with that being said, that wraps up our weekly watch list video. If you did enjoy this video, if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you are interested in getting our course alerts and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you all have a great weekend and a great week. Thank you guys.